Hello, my name is Topher D. Dog, and I am the most interesting dog in the world. Today, my humans are hosting this edition of the Instagamers Network. In this video, we're talking about games that you can play with people who don't actually like games that much. Party games. I'm talking about party games.
Or you can play them when you have too large of a group to play a more strategic game, or with your grandparents who probably do like games, but just really bad ones that you don't want to play with them, so this can maybe be a good compromise. Such as bingo.
Bingo is not a party game.
People totally get together in like large groups and play bingo.
I don't think...
You wouldn't call that a party game?
I wouldn't call that a party game.
I would. There's excitement.
I actually
There's
can't
often
think...
alcohol.
I actually can't
Old
think...
ladies.
There's alcohol at bingo nights?
Yeah,
Why
totally.
are we at a bingo night?
We could be at a bingo night.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode with To Die For Games. I'm Mandy, the board gaming pinup girl.
I'm Tracy, the gaming maven.
I'm Stefan, the games teacher.
So today we're looking at party game. What are we looking at, Tracy?
We've got Sixes. Sixes is a game published by Eagle Griffin Games, designed by Rick Seward and Stephen Polzing. Plays ages 6 and up for about 6+ players and about 6 to 66 minutes.
Lots of sixes.
Lots of sixes.
Oh. So Stefan, tell us a little bit about it.
So it's a party game. It's similar to categories
Yeah, kind of like that.
in that you have to come up, there's cards with topics or thoughts or ideas on them, and you have to come up with other words that fit into those categories or into those concepts. And you play over 6 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first and the fourth round, you want to match somebody else's answer. So you want someone to get the same answer as you.
Right.
If you do, then each of the players who have matching answers scores a point. And in the second and fifth rounds, you want unique answers. So you want answers that nobody else is getting.
Yeah.
And if you have an answer that no one else has, then you score a point. And in the third and the sixth rounds, it's the lightning round, which is also a match round. But in this case, instead of one idea or category, there's 6 different categories. And you have to get an answer for each one. But you want your answers to match somebody else's answers in order to score points.
That is a lot going on, but you know what I love? On the little sheets that you have, it actually tells you, someone pointed this out, I didn't even see it, it tells you if you want your answers to be the same or different. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. And honestly, didn't think I was gonna like this game.
Ditto. I was like, oh, it's a party game about words. And yeah.
It's categories. It's been done to death.
I know, but this actually did have, this one caught me, and I was like, yeah, let's play it again.
Yeah, it was good. Like, we had a good few rounds with it. Everyone was really into it, and you only have like a minute, I think it is, or a minute or so to answer, each section. So you're racing, and oh my gosh, I really enjoyed it.
I agree. I also really enjoyed it. I think, again, like with most party games, you need the right mix of people at the table.
Absolutely.
Which we did when we played through it. So, yeah, it was fun. It was an interesting take on, a popular, already done idea for party games. But it did it in a unique way that, yeah.
Yeah.
A little twist.
Worked. Party on. Woo!
Okay.
So that's it. That's our party game, Sixes. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, it's your pal, the Board Game Renegade here, and today we're discussing party games. Now, what is a party game? To me, a party game is a game that supports a decent amount of players and that I could pull out at a party and have fun with my friends. The game usually has some sort of interaction and you guys can have laughs together. The game that I'm going to show you just came out recently, and it's called Secret Hitler. It supports 5 to 10 players, and it's a hit and roll deduction game with 2 teams, the fascists and the liberals. And this game is very, very fun, and I really enjoy it a lot. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to play the game. I'm just going to give you a general overview of what it's about. and then I'm going to let you know why this game is a great party game to have in your collection. In Secret Hitler, each of the players will be a member of one of the two parties, either liberals or fascists. If they are liberals, they will look like one of these average Joes. If they're fascists, they will look like a snake, and one of the fascist players will take on the role of Hitler. Throughout the game, players take turns becoming the president, and then the president has to nominate a chancellor. Now, all of the other players have to vote with their ballot cards and say either yes or no whether the team will be elected. If they are elected, then they have to go to the policy selection phase. They will take 3 of these policy cards at random, and then the president will choose 1 to discard, and then the chancellor will choose 1 to play. And if it is a liberal policy, it goes on to the liberal board. If it's a fascist policy, it goes on to the fascist board. And then game continues like that. If the team is not selected upon, then no one becomes a president or a chancellor at turn. The president goes to the next player, and then that new president selects a chancellor. Once a fascist policy is played on these little icons here, these icons give special powers. Those special powers can be used by the president of that term to do different things. You could either assassinate someone, and there's other special powers. And the game pretty much continues like this until one of the teams meets the winning condition. Each of the parties has a different goal to win the game. For the fascists to win, they either have to have Hitler elected the chancellor after the 3rd round of the game, or they have to have a 6th and final fascist policy passed. For the liberals to win the game, they would either have to kill Hitler or have a 5th liberal policy passed. That was a very brief rundown of how to play Secret Hitler. There's more to it. You have to see the game and play, or you have to play the game, because the excellence of this game is the player interaction. You get to lie about what you saw in the policy cards, or you can tell the truth. And it's just a very fun, interactive game. Now, let's go to my closing comments. So that's Secret Hitler. I really enjoy this game. I usually like social deduction games, but this one really stands out. The component quality is excellent, the player interaction is awesome, and the game is very well balanced. So check this game out. If you're looking for a game for 5 to 10 players and like social deduction games, at least check it out. Even though I do feel the name is a little offensive, it should have been called Secret Dictator or something like that. But whatever, they named it Secret Hitler, and the game is fun. So there you go, Secret Hitler, check it out.
Hello everyone, my name is Annette. You might know me on social media as nettersplays. We're all talking about our favorite party game, and my favorite party game is Codenames. I really love this game. It's so great because it accommodates a huge group of players. So whenever you're hanging around a lot of people and you want to show them a game, but you don't want to spend the time showing a lot of rules, and you know, some people might not like taking turns or anything. They want to be engaged all the time. Well, this is the perfect game for them. And so let me show you why, and then I'll come back. So once you pick teams, you're going to go ahead and pick Spy Masters. So these 2 Spy Masters, one for the red team and one for the blue team, are going to look at this card, and it's going to basically pertain to this grid right here. So this is a 5x5 grid of all these different cards with different words on them. So the red team is going to try to tell the other red team members and give them some clues and try to guess, make them guess these red locations. So for example, these 3 red right here are pertaining to these 3 red cards. The Spy Master may give them a clue, for example, saying Vehicle 2. So Vehicle 2, meaning 2 cards on this whole grid system, are pertaining to the word vehicle. So they might guess car, and then the Spy Master will go ahead and place the red token right there and say that's a good job. And then, but what if they guess this one, which is model? Well, then they look at this grid system and notice that it's not red. It's actually a tan color. It's neutral. So then you go, duh, that doesn't work. So sometimes, you know, you might want them to guess a certain thing, but they might actually give clues to the other players. So, which is also bad. But what's even worse is there's this black marker right here, right in the center for this card, and that is the assassin. Now this guy is a really bad guy because he kills the game. Pretty much the game is over and you lose. So that's pretty bad. So all in all, this game is fairly easy to teach. Once it starts going, everyone starts picking it up really quickly. So that's why I really love this game, because there's just so many cards here. This is always changing. There's a whole deck of them. and you can turn them any which way. And so the Spy Master always has different choices. And it's always fun whenever someone is just given this card too. So in the end, that is why I love Codenames. Codenames is just a great game because it accommodates anywhere between 2 to 8+ players, so it's great for a huge group. Also, it's easy to learn. You can easily teach your friends or family or people that just don't generally play a lot of games. Another great thing about it is that there's just so many cards. Look at all these cards, and they're all double-sided. So you can play just not the same game all the time. It's always different from one another. So that's something that I really enjoy about this game. So if you ever get a chance, and if you like party games, you should give Codenames a shot.
Hi, we're Rumandboard. I'm Meryl.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Jessie.
I'm Hawk. Today we're going to be talking about a party game that we've all played and enjoyed a lot.
This was supposed to be our favorite party game, and you can't even say it. You can't even say it. One night has too great of a hold on you. Today we are talking about Telestrations, which is the in-the-box version of Telephone Pictionary, if you've ever played that game.
Telestrations is a party game best for 4 to 12 players. If you have a super big pack, it's actually pretty weak with 4. Play with more than that. Each player gets one of these little books. It has a bunch of whiteboard pages. And you get a whiteboard marker to write in it. And writes a word or phrase of their choice. Generally something humorous. But you can really write whatever the heck you want. Each player passes a book to their neighbor, who then looks at that word or phrase, flips the page, and has to draw a picture of that word or phrase. Once they're done drawing, they pass the next player who looks at the picture.
What the hell?
And then has to try to figure out what the heck that picture's about and condense the picture down to a word or phrase. Keep going around in a circle, alternating between word and picture. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until you've gone around the circle once. That's the whole game.
No, you've missed the best part of the game.
And then you share.
Which is once it gets around the entire circle, you share what the beauty is that's happened in your book. Why does he have hair? And also, why is he dead?
I don't know.
Is that a
And
snake?
also, why is there
Yeah.
a snake?
I couldn't figure out how else to draw a wand.
Just a line.
That just looks like part of their arms when they're stick figures.
You really gotta give them volume then.
Alright, wait, no, I actually want to say something about this game. Which is, so this game is like basically the same as Telephone Pictionary, which is basically playing this game with like pens and paper. But this, like, if you have spare money in your budget, is genuinely worth it. Because for one thing, like, it handicaps artists who are really good at art by making them draw with whiteboard markers in a tiny space. So those of us who are not good at art can like actually feel okay about our lives. And also, if there's anyone who's not adept at like folding a sheet of paper, or just like games and instructions in general, the like nicely numbered tabs make it so that you can actually play with people who don't know what they're doing in games. Alright, you guys, hope that you enjoyed our explanation of Telestrations, and I hope you find some great party games in the rest of this video. We are, once again, Rumandboard. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. So we'll hope to see you soon, somewhere around there, and in the meantime,
Play responsibly.
Yay, immersion. We're making immersion here. We're at a party. Look at all the lights. Look at the lights. They're flickering because I'm immersing ourselves into this video. Party games. The Resistance. My choice for a party game. This has gone to every single game night I have ever thrown because my friends just can't get enough of it. The game's fairly simple. You're part of the Resistance. In fact, you have a mission board. Make sure you keep an eye on player count because each side's different and it tells you how many spies you have. So you're going on missions and you're succeeding them because you're all resistance and you want to make sure that you succeed. However, each team has 2 or more spies on it that are trying to fail it. Simple enough. So what you want to do as the resistance is try to find those spies. So let's say I'm starting the round. Okay? and I'm going to put people on the team. My first mission says 2 people. So I'm going to give 2 people a gun to put them on the mission. I can even put myself, which I am, and this person over here. Cool. You ready? Because I'm ready. Let's do it. So everyone either approves or rejects if they want these people on the mission. Throughout the game, you'll notice some people will start rejecting when they think that you're a spy, because I'm always a spy, apparently. And I always get rejected, but it's okay. And I'm not just talking about the game. Anyways, so you go on the mission, and you are given a fail and a succeed card. Now, secretly, you're going to put one of these cards into the mission. Like, okay, so this is going to be the passing, this is going to be my choice in card, this is not my choice. So everyone on the mission, which in this game is just me and one other person, put our cards in. And we're going to go ahead and be like, okay, so this is all what we're choosing. Perfect. Let's shuffle it so nobody knows who's who. And show them. Cool, we succeed. What do? We take the resistance and we place it right there. So then the mission tracker is going to move to the next, and we'll start the next mission. So this will move on to the person to the left, and then the next, and then they will choose, okay, 3 people to go on the mission. And this will continue until either the spies have failed it 3 times or not. And if they don't, then the resistance wins. Now, why I like this game so much is it's just so easy to comprehend for anybody to play. I've played this with every single person who's ever come to a party, or just to game night or whatever. Even Mom loves it. So it's just really accessible for anyone because you're not really doing much. It's more of a verbal game. I mean, this is social deduction, which is one of the easiest games to introduce to people. We see it in Codenames, we see it in Spyfall, so why not play the Resistance? Another thing, too, is, sure, there's not much artwork to the game, but you're so involved with conversing with your group, trying to find spies and all that, you don't really need the artwork. Yeah, I mean, each player has, something cool about going on with them. And then the city's really neat looking, and the entire universe is pretty cool if you've ever played Coup or whatever. I mean, that's all the same universe. It's the game that makes this fantastic. I mean, with the mechanics and the components, you're looking at a really successful and effective game to play in between denser games or whatever. I mean, even if you want to just play this, even if you're just looking for one game to bring with you, I would suggest the Resistance. I mean, we go 5 or 6 rounds every single time we play. We've been playing this for over a year now, fellas and ladies. And we still throw in 5 or 6 games. Whenever we get somebody new to the table, it's like, alright, completely new strategy. Let's introduce them to how I'm always the spy and how this person's never the spy. And then it just gets really cool, really fun. So the Resistance is my choice in party game. So are you ready to succeed these missions, Resistance? I'm kidding. I've been a spy all along.
Hi everyone. It's Lindsay here, aka shinyhappymeeples on Instagram, and the subject of this video is party games. I must admit I'm not 100% down with the party game. That's just me, and I'm not opposed to fun or anything. It's just like, I don't know, I just feel a bit awkward in that setting, I guess. But I do actually have a game that I'd consider to be a party game, which is Once Upon a Time. I've had a real laugh when playing this actually, a couple of times. It's been really good fun. So I'll show you what it's all about, but quickly let me just show you the box. It's really gorgeous. Look at the inside of that. It's lovely. And the front cover, beautiful. Right, I'm going to talk to you about it now. Once Upon a Time is a storytelling card game for 2 to 6 players, and it is published by Atlas Games. You have a certain number of story cards depending on number of players, and each person has an ending card. As well as this, you have interrupt cards, and each story has a different aspect to it, such as a place or a thing. You play the game by laying a card from your hand and using the words and aspects to begin the story. For example, there was a terrible storm that happened one night, and then you get stuck, and then you say, right, I'm passing, and the next player can carry on where you left off. So they'll say, there was a terrible storm one night. It raged against the city. And everyone was really frightened, especially a brother and sister who were home alone all by themselves. So you kind of see where this is going. You'd make more of each aspect and really build a story around it, but that's the gist of it. The player to have no cards left in their hand, who also plays their ending card and links it to the story, is the winner. There are also quite a few rules in the game to ensure that it is played fairly, such as no getting stuck or contradicting the story, rambling, silliness, and unimportant elements used. Once Upon a Time is really more of a fun group activity to be had in a box than it is a game that you play to try to win.
And that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
Hi everybody, charmbo.gamer here, and today on the Instagamers Network we'll be looking at our favourite party games. So I guess I better put this bad boy away and talk about this one. We didn't playtest this. Okay, so what do I like? We didn't playtest this at all so much as a party game. Well, first of all, it's compact. You can take it absolutely anywhere. You can even just put the cards in a Ziploc bag and off you go. So it's very transportable. You don't have to worry about card art or having well-maintained cards. In fact, it's one of the few games I actually like, all tattered and worn. It makes it look loved. This game can play from 2 people right up to 10 or more. There's really no maximum limit of how many people can play. In fact, the more the merrier. People can jump in halfway through the game as well. You just deal them in and away they go. This game practically has no rules. It's so easy to teach. You can teach it to a horde of your drunken mates in no times at all. It's really easy. Everybody starts with 2 cards. If you're lucky, you'll get a star card, which happens to be better than a normal card. On your turn, draw a card and you play one from your hand. That's all there is to it. There's also plenty of expansions to mix the game up as well. The base game comes with 2 mini expansions, then there's a whole heap of standalone expansions for it as well, so you'll never ever get sick or bored of this game. It's just a hoot. Your mates will love it. Okay, where can we play this game? Well, really anywhere. As long as you've got a large group of people who want a rowdy, good fun time, drunk or sober, then this is the game for you. You can pretty much crack it out anywhere. But it's also good if you want a team building exercise in a classroom environment. It's a fantastic icebreaker. And I also think it's fantastic if you're waiting in an awfully long expo queue or convention queue or something like that. You can just whip it out and those hours pass by very, very easily and fast. Okay, so here's some of my favourite cards in the deck, and they're not even star cards, so they're just normal cards, but they're just hilarious. You know, one of them reads you. Place face up in front of you and read aloud. Any player saying the words you, your, or yours immediately loses. And there's ones for me and yours and you and so forth. They're just hilarious. So it's really fun trying to catch people out when they're trying to read out their card abilities. I guess you've got to be there, but it's pretty fun. And here are some more cool cards within the deck as well. I mean, there's plenty of vote cards where you have to either say pass or fail, yes or no type thing, and they all have different abilities. Mostly you'd lose. There's one where you have to say cake or death. You know, there's different number ones. There's paper, rock, scissor type battles, more voting ones. You can even have a kitten ambush if you like. And there's also ones where you have to touch your nose, and if anyone else notices, a certain ability will trigger. Just good stuff. Yeah, the game has player elimination, but it really isn't any big deal. I mean, a game can last anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes, so you just rack them up and go again. Anyway, that's why we didn't playtest this. Check it out, it's funny. I'll see you on Instagram.
Hi, I'm agltbialik, and this is Off Your Rocker. So basically one of us has to be a psychiatrist. They're going to leave the room, and then we're all going to pick one card, and we have to act a certain way. All of us are going to act a certain way. When he comes back in the room, he's going to ask us a bunch of questions, and he's going to try to figure out what we're doing, what we're supposed to be. So who wants to be the psychiatrist? Who should we make the psychiatrist?
Each time a number 1 and 10 is mentioned, all players briefly feel pain at that level. One being the least pain, and 10 being the most pain imaginable. Holy shit!
What's up?
You want to do that one?
So
Whenever we all do.
Whenever a number
number
1 to 10 is mentioned, you have to show how much the pain.
Everyone. So if they say like,
oh man, my stomach kind of hurts.
It's like, oh, we're gonna leave in like 1 minute, and that one won't hurt much. But it's like, oh, 10 seconds I gotta leave. That's the most pain.
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay. So could you see?
You want me to go get her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us know, like, oh.
Remember when we did the school bus one?
Oh yeah.
We set up all the chairs.
Did you hear us? Not at all.
What?
So Paul, how are you feeling today?
1 being least.
Oh.
And then
it's all right.
And then 10 being like. what you're asking.
My balls!
No, I'm feeling about an 8.
My left ball only! I'm crying so much because it hurts!
So Russell, what did you do before you came here?
What did I do? Before I came here, I ate a burger.
Oh my god. My hemorrhoids flared up for just like, just a moment.
Mine too, twinsies.
Oh, shit. Drums.
Can I make a guess?
Drums
Just can't beat it.
Is it any number you, that said that you guys feel that rating of pain?
Wow. That wasn't even like, oh, we could make it kind of low. That was it.
Exactly.
Like,
That's exactly
you hit the buzzer. Like, that was it. Like, that was it.
All right, that's all from us. Thank you so much for watching.
If you want to see more from the Instagamers Network, check all of us out on our various Instagram, not channels, what do they call on Instagram? Accounts? Instagrams?
Yes, that's
Instagrams?
also part of the outro. All right, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to our channel to see more from us and follow us on Instagram to check us out there where it is our native land.
Like this video if you liked it, and leave a comment letting us know what the craziest thing you've ever seen in a party game was. See you next time. Cheers, Meryl.
It's very important to actually make the cheers sound in addition to the glassware, just in case you're using plastic. That's a pro tip.
Dink!